property development, it involves quite a lot of money. And you're often like creating the whole product, e.g. going from an old house to knocking it down and building 3 or 4 townhouses, let's say, and you don't have a lot of time. Like, you don't have time usually for the market to make up for your mistakes.
And the reason for that is because of finances. Yeah, there's money
finance and the short
and
period of time. You know, you think of a typical free townhouse project, it's going to take somewhere between probably 16 and 24 months, depending on how slow councils are to approve things mainly, and maybe how slow or fast the builder is. It doesn't give you a lot of market time to make up. Like the investment, you didn't buy really well. Well, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, you know, it'll catch up, pass it in your own way. You don't have a lot of time. You've got to get property development right.
It's a bit more crucial. So,
and there's a lot more moving parts.
Yeah. And I think with if we go back to the change in the property education space, a lot of the new experts have maybe done a few projects. And I mean, it's not hard to say you've done, you know, what? Give me some examples here, 5 projects or something, and what's that worth? You know, it's easy to say I've done how many million.
Well, if you did 4 or 5 projects of the same sort of project in the one city, in the one cycle, you haven't really learnt any more than doing one, because, you know, if you did 4 or 5 townhouse projects in Brisbane or Adelaide or anywhere you want to think about, in a rising market, you've learnt the process of how to do a property development, but you haven't learned how to solve the problems that can come up, because you have actually had very few problems. You know, it's pretty easy. In some cases, I've seen projects where, you know, my dog could just about do them, you know, really. You know, and the market sort of carried them up.
About here somewhere.
But, you know, it's quite different. And to really, I mean, property development, if everything works perfectly, it's easy. Oh, well, it's easy. I mean, you've got to get all the moving parts right. You've got to get your processes right. But, you know, it's what you learn in the tough times that makes you a real developer, in my opinion. And maybe I'm a bit hard on some people, but developing in different locations, you learn a lot.
Yeah.
Developing in different phases of a property cycle, not just when it's going up and it's easy, but what about when it's flattened, or what about when it's going down? What about in times of, you know, where interest rates are really high? What about times when there's a recession? What about at times when there's high unemployment? What about times when it's really hard to get finance? You know, a lot of people haven't been through that stuff.
And not just that, even like small council issues, you know, when they change zoning on you, or they get strict for some reason, or like when one of your consultants just takes forever, drags it out. Like, there are so many little things that, you know, that happen, and you can't know what to do. Like, how many calls do we get when it's too late?
No.
You know, what do I do now? And because they're just doing it on their own and winging it, and then Google who to ask when there's a problem.
Yeah.